I have shared the one that is the data set that I'm going to use for today. So if you want to take along, we can go and do that together. You can download from the link that I have given you inside the chat box. All right. Thank you, CCW, and thank you, King Long. So let me get started from here. For our today agenda, what we're going to do, firstly, we're going to design the basic building corridor. So the corridor inside the Civil 3D is basically the 3D representation for the route. So inside, for what we're going to do today is that we're going to look at how we can design for the drive lane, the sidewalk, and also lane shoulder by using the corridor function inside the Civil 3D. And after that, I'm also going to show you how we can also design the road junction. So the road junction is slightly much more complex compared to design the basic building corridor, but we are still going to use the corridor inside Civil 3D. But instead of directly using the corridor, we have additional steps that we need to do before we move forward with the corridor. So let me get started from here. All right, so this is the drive lane, and then we're going to also add the sidewalk and also the lane shoulder. All right, so let me go and open my Civil 3D from here. Okay, so what I have here is that the 2D drawing for my road, okay, as you can see, for my street design. Okay, inside this, okay, I have two driveway here, the first one and also the second one. So this is the lane to separate the driveway. And also I have over here, this is the bus stop. Okay. All right, and then the next one I have inside this road drawing, I also have, if I go slightly more here, right? So I have this road junction. Okay. Oh, let me share my screen again. All right. Let me share again. Okay, so what I have inside this Civil 3D, this is the designed road 2D drawing. What we have inside here, inside this project, we have two driveway here, the first one and then the second one. Okay, this is separate, the line. Okay, we have also here the bus stop. Okay, and then aside from there, I also have, if I go slightly more from here, I have this road junction. Okay, so this is road junction is slightly much more complex to design inside the Civil 3D, but we can do that by using the feature line that I'm going to show you after this. Right, let me get started now. All right, if you cannot hear my sound, just let me know. Okay, so what we want to do first, we're going to design the basic design corridor, the drive lane, the sidewalk, and also the shoulder, the lane shoulder. What I want to do from here is that I can go to the corridor on the top here to start. Click on the corridor, click on corridor here. And after that, I want to go and type in the name for this corridor, for this 3D representation of the route. So I'm going to rename this as street. Okay, the corridor style, I'm just going to use the standard. All right, so you see here the baseline type for the basic corridor, for the basic road drawing, 3D drawing, we can use the alignment and profile. For the road junction after this, we can use the feature line. All right, so let me just select alignment and profile here by using the standard alignment. On the assembly here, I'm going to click on here. Okay, I have an option here. Either I just want to draw and build the right lane, or I want to wall with the sidewalk. Also, I want to wall to draw with the road shoulder. So I'm going to select this one, the right lane, sidewalk, and also shoulder for the first one line here, for the first corridor region over here. Okay, for the target surface here, since we select the shoulder, we need to specify the target surface where the elevation will land. So I'm going to select from here the existing ground. Okay, so the existing ground is what I have inside this project. And then I click on OK from here. Okay, so now we have to specify the start point that we want to model up until the end point. So I'm going to click select from my line here. So select that line and I select this line over there. And then I select the lower station for over here. And I click on OK. And the end station here. Okay, for this a road drawing, a road model with the shoulder and also sidewalk. I'm going to draw it up until here only before the bus station design. Okay, so I'm just going to add here, and I'm going to click on OK, and I'm going to rebuild the corridor. Okay, so now we have that one, the first one corridor. The second one over here where we have the bus station. All right, so this will be, if we want to continue from the existing corridor that we have created, just click again on this corridor and then click on add region. All right, and then specify the point again. Okay, so from here up until here where the bus station. All right, so this will be according to this name, automatically created the region name here. And then for this one, I'm going to continue using the right lane sidewalk with the shoulder also. Okay, but for here, for the profile here, for the target surface, again, we have to specify to link with the existing ground. For the lane offset, all right, so this one, since we have a slightly different shape here, so I want to connect to that shape. So I click again on here, all right, to specify, to select from the drawing. Okay, so I select this line and I click on enter and I click on OK from here. Right, so for the sidewalk offset, where we want to have our sidewalk, okay, so I'm going to select again the line, select from the drawing. Okay, so this will be this line and I click on enter. And I OK again, and from here I'm just going to go OK. All right, so that built our road profile for the next one. Okay, and now again, continue similar process. You just have to click on this corridor, add region. Okay, and then specify the line, the link line that you want to connect. So I'm going to connect this one up until the end here, before the road junction. Okay, and then this one also with the shoulder, and click on OK. All right, so this will be continue using the same target surface here, existing ground again. All right, the lane offset, we can just put it similar to this line. Otherwise, for the sidewalk offset, I don't want to put any because now we don't have the bus stop shape. So just click on OK from there, and that will post it my new road junction. All right, so I'm just going to continue at the region again. So over here, where we have our before the road junction. Okay, so over here for this area, we're going to use just the road lane with the sidewalk without the shoulder, so that I don't overlap the existing shoulder over here. So just click on OK, and I just click on OK. So you can see that under the surfaces now we don't have to specify the target surfaces anymore. So you just click on OK from here. Let me go slightly. All right, so I'm just going to continue first from here, add region again. So from here up until this point again. All right, so this one we're going to use, all right, let me just edit this. All right. Welcome, Wendy, and welcome, Arin, that just joined us today. If you have any question, just feel free to let me know inside the chat bar, or you can also unmute yourself to ask the question. All right, let me just quickly do gain for this corridor. So just name it a street again. Okay, under the corridor, we can find our street here. So, all right, and then the start station again. From here, the back station, click on OK. The end station where I want to stop there before the bus stop. Right, and just click on OK, rebuild the corridor. And if you want to continue drawing, then just click again the corridor, and then just add the region for the corridor that we want to build, the road shape that we want to build. And then I'm going to specify add one to here again. Okay, so this will be the right lane with the shoulder also. All right, and then for the target surfaces, we have to specify that existing ground, the lane offsets. I'm just going to select from the drawing this shape. All right, the offset for our lane. All right, and then I'm just going to click on OK. So the sidewall offset also, we have to specify because we have a different shape here. Right, so I'm just going to click on the select OK again, and then click on OK with that. And I'm just going to continue again drawing our corridor, right, up until there just now. So this will be the right wall with the shoulder also. Click on OK again, and then just continue from here. So this one, I just want to turn off the sidewall offset because we no longer want to have those shape according to what we have the sidewalk for the bus stop just now. So we just click on this line and then this shape, and then just click on it, close that, and I click on OK, and I click on OK that. All right, so I'm just going to continue again from here up until before the junction, road junction here. So this one will be the right lane without the shoulder. Okay, and I click on OK, and then I just continue OK that. Right, so here where we have the road junction, all right, so this one, we just want to have the length. We don't want to have any, we don't want to populate with the any sidewalk or also shoulder. Okay, so I'm just click on OK from here. All right, so I'm just going to continue from here. All right, so you see that there is a slightly over here before we use the road with the shoulder again. Here where I also want to add it here and add some sidewalk only. So just go and to this point to add just for the sidewalk here. Okay, so just click on OK. All right, so we're just going to continue again for the directional lane here by using the sidewalk with the shoulder. So that is for the unidirectional path that we have here. And I click on OK. All right, so every time we need to have a shoulder profile, we need to specify the target surface. All right, existing ground again, and just click on OK. All right, so we can continue again from here, and this will be also without the shoulder, just the sidewalk. So this where the road junction, where I just want the right lane. Okay, but now since I have one I have one polygon there, I have line there. I want to populate to that line for the lane offset. So I'm just going to click on the lane offset, select from the drawing again, select those lines, and then click on enter, and I click on OK again. OK. All right, so I'm just going to continue all the way up the end with the right lane with the sidewalk and also shoulder. And I just click on OK. All right, again, we have to specify the target surface. So this will be the existing ground, and click on OK. Okay. Now we have complete the basic drawing corridor for the road. If you want to see them, okay, you just can go and select this road, the corridor straight here, right click, and then select object viewer. Okay, so this is from the top. So I'm going to modify this to some 3D. Okay, so you can see now we have the 3D representation for our road that it's not complete yet. Okay, so you now see that it doesn't have any surfaces hosted on it. So we're going to add surfaces now. Okay, so we just have those some profile for the road. So how we do add the surfaces on this road? Okay, you click on again on this corridor, the road, right click, and then go to corridor surfaces. And then from here, we're going to add the corridor surface on the top here. Okay, and I'm going to specify the surface for the style here. All right, so we're just going to choose horizontal. There are border, there are horizontal for the surface type. You can also specify the render material if you want to have the asphalt or anything else for the road render material. But otherwise, I'm just going to use bilayer there. And then for the overhang, any overhang there, if for this surface, I want them to have connection, correction by using the top links. Okay, after we have specified this group, we need to add the item. So add the item from here for our top surface. All right, so this one, okay, I'm just going to click on OK, rebuild the corridor. So that is adding the surface to our road. So if I go again to this, right click object viewer, okay, and I'm just going to, so you see now there are a very smooth surface that has been hosted on the root profile that I have created just now. All right, so now let me go for the slightly much more complicated for the root junction. Okay, so this is the straight road there. Okay, so for the road junction here, where we have over here, this will be we can create it over here by using the feature line. So what we want to do is that firstly you go to the feature line on the top here, okay, and then create feature line from the object, from the 2D drawing that we have inside here. Select this line that I want to create as a reference, this line and also this line. Okay, so I'm just going to click on enter again. All right, so this will create the feature line. Okay, and then I want to ensure that those feature line is being created from the street surfaces. Okay, the one that we have added the new surfaces just now, and I click on OK. All right, so that is for the first feature line. Okay, the second one, the feature line that we want to add, the reference here, is that on the top here. So if you see that this is the region for the connected continuous line between this one and with this one, but I just want that for just for the junction over here. So what we want to do, we want to extract this corridor straight line. So how to do that? Okay, if you go on the top again, go to feature line again, and then create feature line from corridor. Okay, and I want to select that from right click, I select by region. Okay, so I want this region. Okay, and I select that and then click on enter. All right, so this line, this is elevation, so I don't want it that. I tick off this elevation, so I just want this line, the oil here. Click on extract, and then now if you click this line, it becomes just one and not connected with the next one. All right, so that is the line that we have extracted from the corridor. All right, so for the next one, what we're going to do, because we want to create the corridor, the 3D representation, the elevation is very important. So if you see from here, if I click this line and I click on the elevation to check, there are 0 elevation over here and over here and over here. So I don't want that. So I'm going to add this elevation to input the elevation. So I just click on over here. I'm just going to use the grid so that the top elevation with the lower elevation will be connected according to the grid that we have going to specify here. So I click on that, and I'm going to specify the grid by -20 here, and I click on enter. So the elevation has been fixed, and then the similar one for this one area. Okay, just going to go again, select again -20 there. Enter again, and then we now have our elevation. All right, so for now, this one is still 0. So just going to copy from the existing one here, 276.74. So I click again on this line, and I'm going to put in 276.74 for the elevation on that very end line. Okay, so this will be similar again, 276.74. Right, so this one will be 276.59. So this one, 276.59. Before that, let me copy and then just click on enter again. Okay, so that has the elevation. Now this one is still 0, so just click again on that very end line and paste again the same elevation, and I click on enter, and I now have the same elevation. So now what I want to do, okay, I want to ensure also the grid here is consistent, okay, with the elevation. This one and is already being hosted, but if I click on this line, right click and elevation editor, okay, right, so I just want to check if everything have the elevation. Okay, if everything have the elevation, that's fine. Okay, let me check also for this one line. Right click again, elevation editor. All right, so there are still some that is being 0. So when I click on this elevation, you can see those points are being selected by the triangle there. Okay, the important one here, because for this one, these three elevation, this one at the first, and then this one at the center here, with the very top here, I want them to be connected. So I'm just going to use the constant grid. But before that, we need to put in this elevation. So we go again on here and zoom in slightly big, and then hover to this side. And then we can see the elevation being put under the street there, 276.93. So I'm just going to copy that, 276.93, 276.93, and I click on enter. Okay, so these three lines want them to be connected by, the elevation is connected. So by constant grid, so I click on the grid here, and then constant grid, flatten by constant grid, and that will put in the elevation for that point. Okay, so for the next one here, similarly, okay, so when I click again on this line, you can see those triangle again point. All right, and then hover again to that point. Okay, 276.93. Right, so 276.93, and then again, this one will be connected for this line on this side. Right, so I'm just going to flatten again by constant grid. All right, that is it. And then the last one here, where we have to edit the elevation, right click, elevation editor. So this one will just be connected here, all right, by the constant grid. All right, so that is for elevation. Now we're going to create the baseline for our corridor. So after we have created the feature line, in order for us to create the corridor, the 3D for the road here, we have to create first the baseline for those feature line. So you select first from here. On this one, select the street, right click, select, okay. And then after that, this will bring to the corridor street. And then you click on add baseline. Okay, this will define our feature line for the corridor. And then from here, all right, remember just now we create the corridor region by using the alignment and profile. Now we're going to use the feature line. So select the feature line. All right, so I'm just going to select the feature line from the drawing here. So I select this one, and I select this drawing, and then the name here where we want to put in, you can just type in, but otherwise I'm going to use the template name. All right, right click, name template, click on OK, and OK. All right, and then OK. Okay, so you want to copy and repeat again for these three feature line. Okay, so I'm just going to continue from there. Again, right click, select, and then add baseline again for the next feature line. Okay, select this feature line again. All right, then using the name template to name them, click on OK and OK. All right, the next one again, the last one. Let me just select again, add the baseline, feature line again, select the feature line from the drawing, select this feature line, name them using the name template, OK, and OK, and OK. All right, so that have created the corridor baseline. Now we're going to continue draw the corridor region. So what we're going to do, again, you just click on this corridor street, the existing one that we have created just now. Okay, and then click again on add region. Okay, and then after that, you want to select this baseline that you have created just now. Okay, and I'm just going to hover here, over here, and then right click, and then fill, so that we can fill them with the assembly here. Okay, so this one I'm using the radial lane sidewalk, and I click on OK. Okay, so now we have the lane offset and also lane elevation that we need to specify. So this will be the same because over here we want them for the offset and also elevation, we want them to be at the same profile. So from here, I'm going to select from the drawing. So this is the line for the offset. Click on enter. Okay, so this is what we need to name. So I'm just going to use the default name template, and I click on OK. Okay, so the same for the lane elevation, just select from the drawing again, enter, OK again, and OK again. All right, so that will build our line there. Let me just continue from here. So you can see now we are being populated with this surface there. So I'm just going to continue again for this drawing. Right click, add region again. Okay, and then select the baseline. Right click, fill, radial lane sidewalk again. Okay, lane offset, this one we have to specify this between this, this, and also this. Okay, in between that we want them to be offset, so we don't want them to go more. And I click on enter, name again. Okay, so the lane elevation will be similar. Select from the drawing again, so this line, wait, this line, enter, click on OK, and click on OK. So the last one, all right, so this line, so I'm just going to go again from here. Okay, click again on add region. When we select those corridor, add the corridor region, and select this baseline, corridor baseline. Right click again, fill. All right, radial lane sidewalk, that's fine. Okay, and then the lane offset, I'm going to select from the drawing here. Okay, so this will be this line with this line between that. Click on enter, click on OK, and elevation again, click on select from the drawing. This one with this one, enter, and OK, and OK. So that will create our root junction there. And then if we want to see them, okay, the similar process for here, but otherwise I'm just going to complete this by showing you in this 3D how we want to view them. Just select again and right click, and then select object viewer. Okay, and zoom into that junction that we have created just now. Okay, so I have something offset here. I'm going to fix that after this. But otherwise, that's how we can create at the junction. Let me just. Okay, so you see now we have added those for the junction, and then we have also added surfaces for our road design just now. So that is creating the 3D route inside the CV3D. Okay, so that is all for my free online lesson. Let me know if you have any question, but otherwise we can also from here for the 3D view here, you can also change to the 3D wireframe to see them. Okay, and then you can view the kind of for the shape, the profile that you have, the geometry that you have for this road. Okay, so we can see the structure we have also for our here, the structure line, the assembly line that we have populated for this route. Okay, so that is for creating the basic design road by using the corridor. So corridor is basically the 3D representation for the road inside the CV3D. And also, just now I show how we can do for over here to design the corridor for the road junction by using the feature line. So the workflow for junction, the road junction, is that you have to create first the road feature line, and then after that you have to define those feature line and convert them into the baseline corridor, and after that we can continue and create the corridor as how we do in the usual. All right, so that is all from me. Let me just share my YouTube channel here from Acadsystems. But otherwise, if you have any question, just feel free to let me know inside the chat bar, and then I can try to answer that for today. Welcome Shaki and welcome Jennifer. Our free online lessons start at the 3 p.m. So if you want to view, rewatch again our free online lesson, you can just go to our Acadsystems here, and on the very down below here, you can find our free online lesson, and also from down here where you can go to our YouTube channel if you want to rewatch again. Okay, so just feel free to go our YouTube channel and rewatch from that. I'm just going to do before we end this today's session, I'm just going to share the data set that I've used today in case you want to give try. So you can use from this data set here. So I'm going to put inside the chatbot here. All right. So that is all from me. If you have any questions, just let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to stop here for today. Thank you everyone for joining us on today's free online lesson. Thank you and bye-bye. Take care.